wild, but this is just my natural hair. This is my cute little outfit I have on today. I'm gonna change the boots later, but I am sitting here watching the sunset rise. The sunset's so beautiful in Arizona, and the sunset too. It's gorgeous. And let me see if I can get it a little bit more. Let me see. Maybe I should. No, I don't think I can from this side. Well, we're gonna have the sunrise in the back, and the purple hues have gone down, except for there's purple hues over here, kind of, if you can see, and there's pink hues. So I got my baby with me, and yeah, so today I missed last week's podcast, so there was a lot going on, and I was going through experienced something that was really really difficult, and thank goodness, everything's okay, and everything's turning out better than, well, you don't know, but from my understanding, everything's turning out better. And Sakura, come here. What are you eating, a Brock? She must have, oh, it's her treats. Sit, down, good girl, yes, good girl. So, if you're here from Spotify, welcome. Please subscribe and like my channel. Please comment. I would love more engagement from people. In general, I'd love to grow this community and grow more towards healing ourselves, transforming ourselves, healing our emotions, and transitioning that, or not transitioning it, but having that as a process that leads to living and being more eco-friendly and living more with nature and in this modern time. I am not 100% green. I don't live on a ranch that's 100% sustainable, which is my opinion of, that's not the only way to be 100% sustainable. There's multiple ways of being sustainable and eco-friendly. But this is just my approach to being eco-friendly in today's modern world. And today's episode, I talk about our emotions and the relationship. Oh, thank you. Our emotions and our relationship with trash. And it's my strongest belief that with our emotions that we can solve the trash problem that we have in the world and all of the trash. I have this little point of hair that's like sticking straight up. It's my antenna to God, to the universe. So my belief behind changing our emotions or shifting our emotions or moving with our emotions and from our heart to solve the massive amount of trash that is within this planet right now is to shift the way we feel about every single thing. Instead of feeling scared and nervous and cruddy and just fearful about or disgusted with all this trash that we have in this world. We have so much accumulation of, materialistic things and all of these consumerism habits that we do to try to fill the voids that we have in our heart. And it really is our soul screaming out to us to connect with ourselves and to connect with God. And our emotions are the hugest aspect of that, because God or a higher power, I'm not religious, but source or spirit, however anyone says it, Allah, Jah, whatever term is and following that you, or follow that you, or whatever thing that you follow is, it's fine, and it's every single thing when we suffer. Yes, yeah, we have a comment. It says we do throw a lot of trash and buy unnecessary things, which is true. And it's okay. It's part of the evolving process of being humans. This is, there was a time when our ancestors, they didn't have a lot of their needs met. And all of these creations of products and all of these things were to fulfill a problem or to fulfill a need that someone had. And if we can look at it from a conscious perspective, where we see things, God will help you soon. God's already helping me, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. God's already here, already doing the work. I'm talking about our collectively, us feeling differently about the issues we have in the world, and specifically about trash. And it's because a lot of people have a trash can within themselves that they don't empty. A lot of people just have a bunch of, just all this stuff from the past, all these resentments, all this anger, all of these things. And I'm saying this from a perspective that, I have had this trash can myself, and I'm still emptying my trash can, my internal trash can, and really releasing all of these imprisoning feelings and emotions. And I'm not going to keep up with the comments right now, but at the end I will, because I want to just keep a flow with this. I'm getting distracted by the comments. There's no way I can. Anyways, this is something that takes time, and this is a self-transformation that we all individually have to do, and we can do it collectively together. We don't have to do this alone. But it is my biggest theory that if we could change, which we can, if we could change the way we feel about all of our problems, there's gonna be a train passing right now. If we can change the way we feel about trash, if we can minimize the feelings, not minimize, if we can transmute the feelings of fear with trash, if we can transmute these feelings of anxiety, of restraint, of all of these fearful approaches to trying to solve this problem, instead of focusing so much on the actual problem, it takes shifting focus to the solution. And there are so many solutions to this problem. And it's, it takes a shift in our perspective as well, to shift our emotions. This is something that takes time, and I'm working towards mastery of this. I'm still working on this. There's still things within myself that are pretty sensitive and that can be triggering. I can't handle everything. It's just like a bone. You can't bend a bone so far because it will break. You can only bend a bone only just very lightly, because after some time it will break. And that comes with our own individual sensitivities and needs, and a lot of different things. But everything's going to be okay if we shift our feelings and our mind to sitting in that feeling and that thought that there is a resolution, that there is a solution already being made. Excuse me, sir. Excuse you. When we shift to the knowing that there is a solution, that there is, things being solved, that everything's going to be okay, when we settle in that changes our vibration as human beings. And when on a massive level, when more people do that collectively causes a bigger shift. There's already solutions in place. Excuse me, Sakura. There's already so many solutions in place with the trash. Sakura wants to be involved, as she always does when I'm on camera or on the phone. Nope. Down. She needs to learn boundaries. Which she doesn't know, and that's okay. she's all loving, but there's sometimes I need space, Sakura. I love you, but I can't give you all my attention, okay? I love you. When we can learn to transmute, no, baby, please, down, down, down. Good girl, good, down, good girl, stay, good girl. Wow, there is, I want to show you this in the sky. Look what a plane made. Can you see that? It's like a L. I don't know if you could see that L entirely. It's like choot, choot, choot. Well, whoa, excuse me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, the process of transmuting our emotions is a process, and it takes a desire inside of oneself, internally, to want to feel differently. You know, it may seem hard, but it really takes a shift in perspective. It takes an unlearning of our beliefs and learning of new beliefs that come from within ourselves. Because many of us, I talk about this every single episode about society. Most people in today's world that grew up in society and that went through the school system are brainwashed and conditioned to believe that human life is a certain way and that there's a lot of conditions to experiencing a good life, which is not true. Life is a really beautiful thing to experience, and it's not hard. It's not this difficult thing that we're supposed to suffer through. It's a really beautiful experience that we're supposed to have as human beings. And even if we don't, that's okay. This is all part of the evolution of human beings, of humanity, with consciousness, higher consciousness, with the plan of the universe, or the plan of God, or source, whatever you call it. It doesn't always make sense, but when we sit in those feelings and emotions of trust and almost a deliberate intention to live life, things kind of settle down. It's a process to shift our emotions, and it takes time, and that's okay. And the reason why I'm advocating for this right now is because we're in a time right now where we can make actual, real, big impacts and changes within this world in terms of reduction of climate change, of global warming. We can help shift the way the environment is shifting. Because, how can we do it? There's multiple ways we can do it, but we can do it because of our habits. And with our habits and our emotions, we can, what I want to say, I don't want to say reduce anything. I would say reduce environmental suffering, because in 75 years from now, this earth is not going to be habitable for human life. There is no possible way. Look at our industrial time, that happened over 100 years ago, within the last 100 years. We've created so many things from the earth, and that's been cool. And it's been just a process of human creativity. And that's beautiful, but the thing is, it's just becoming to a state of gluttony. And when we see it and we feel it from a perspective of gluttony, as I just said that, when we see it as that, then that just adds fuel to the fire. But when we shift it towards a different perspective that is lighter and that is a little bit more conscious, like that all of the trash that we have is all just the result of the creation of another human being, and was the result of possibly relieving someone, possibly aiding someone in some pain in some kind of way, and that everything's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. There's nothing going to be wrong. You know, it's like the earth has layers to it. Dinosaurs are at a certain layer. That's how we know their age, and you know, we've done all this scientific stuff by finding things within the layers of the earth. And at the center of the earth is a core of freaking fiery hot lava. Where do you think we get our heat? From the sun as well. But the core gives us a lot of heat too. Okay? And eventually everything will just go right down to that center and be emulsified. The sun will engulf the earth, I think, within 1 to 5 billion years or something. So we have some time in the human perspective. But we're just accelerating our extinction by our consumerism habits, by exploiting our emotions. And when I say exploiting our emotions, I'm talking about how we just freaking lash out and do things outside of us to feel better, instead of taking responsibility for the way we feel and for taking responsibility for our life. And there's so many things that we can do to prolong humanity's existence. But our current habits and the way we feel about them are just accelerating that. And that's fine. This is all part of the process. But on a more massive level, we have to change the way we feel about every single thing. It's not just trash. But when we change the way we feel about topics that we don't care about, or that bring us pain, or that we feel a lot of pain about, then it just causes a solution within ourselves. And that's when more human creativity comes through, with more solutions and more problem solving. So some of my solutions are meditating, building a relationship with a higher power, with God, with whoever it is that you believe in, and whatever, you know, pathway that you want to take through religion or any kind of form of spirituality. I think learning to take responsibility for the way you feel and your emotions, learning to master your emotions, buying second-hand stuff. Every single thing that we need is already here, you know, except for food. I mean, most food, you know, is already here that we need. But materialistic things, every single thing that we desire and that we dream of having is already here. And we're just creating more and more of a production in an unnecessary amount. Just go unused, start composting, start really caring about the way you feel, and really start caring about trash. Because when we care more about feeling a certain way, about feeling good, about things that are important to you. And something that's important to me is nature. Something that's important to me is my well-being and other humans' well-being. And these materialistic things, they are part of our experience, and they help us to a certain extent get by, but they are a crutch for us. It takes us learning to master our emotions, learning to be the masters of ourselves instead of the slaves of other things and other people. We're enslaved. We're enslaved by all of these products and all this shit outside of us, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's all part of the process. But when we can shift the way we feel about it and soften our fears and our anxieties about the problems in the world, and when we can take a conscious perspective on it, which is different from what is taught in society, big time. And I am not a guru. I am not a master of any kind. This is What I'm talking about are my personal experiences through meditation and from learning from other spiritual teachers. But these ideas that I'm speaking of come from within myself, and that is because I am learning to be more authentic, and I'm taking ideas from my own mind and my own belief systems. And this doesn't have to do with the way anyone else thinks, but I'm sure, there's other people that think like me. We all have people that think similar to us and that have similar ideas or whatever. But on a larger perspective, a lot of people's, from what I see, especially in the United States, is that our perspective is not to be loving, not to care about our emotions, to take things personal, to just consume and just throw things away and not really care about it. I said at the beginning of my podcast, I'm not responding to comments until the end, and I'm still going on. So thank you for your patience. Well, it really takes a diving deeper into one's soul and one's connection with a higher power, with source, with our emotions. And I didn't know about emotions until, I knew about them, but this connection that I have with them now, it's evolving, and it is just a really beautiful process that I'm really grateful for. This is something that kind of came into my life that was really unexpected, and I really wish for others to experience this profound experience with emotions, and the profound experience of taking responsibility for one's emotions, and this profound experience for being eco-friendly and more conscious friendly, instead of feeling those pulls of needing to consume. There's nothing wrong with that, but for the human spirit, I think that my microphone is on. I don't know who you are at Gym Status. Please say something. Please stop. Please get off of my live. I just, we're in the background with the sunrise. It's so beautiful and perfect. Everything's gonna be okay, I know that this human life can be a little weird and confusing, and with all these distractions that we have in the world right now, it can be confusing, but it's all part of the process. And when we can truly hear that little voice inside of us from God, just opens doors for us. Just everything's gonna be okay. We need to worry less. We need to stress less about most things, and really sit in our heart in the present moment and realizing that everything's gonna be okay. So it's just a really glorious life that we get to live as human beings. And what is that? Thank you. Bye. Okay, so this guy just drove up to me and gave me a coffee, and look at this. There we go. Sakura, come on. My dog's chasing the car. And a donut. Sakura! 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 And my dog's chasing the car, damn it. Sakura! She'll come back. Oh my gosh. Okay. What is this? This guy just drove up to me, said, "You want something?" and just gave me a donut and a coffee. Sakura! Okay, so let me see. We do throw away a lot of trash unnecessary. Having Amazon delivery doesn't help because people waste a bunch of things they don't need. That's true. Are you a climate activist or something? Not necessarily, rather, just speaking from an inner knowing from, I don't know, my mind and my heart about the environment, and from what I see and feel about how we can progress towards I don't know where my dog went, towards solution, towards healing all aspects of ourselves. Well, that's all I'm gonna do. I gotta go find my dog. That was the craziest thing. Okay, till next time. Bye.